Hi everyone, welcome to my first video. English is not my native language, so I may make some mistakes. I promise my English will get better, and I always keep my promises. So please like this video and subscribe on my channel if you want to support me. I think one of the hardest things in life is accepting that not everyone comes into our life to stay forever. Sometimes we meet someone and they become very important to us. We feel close to them. We feel safe with them. We feel happy because they are in our life. And because of that, we start thinking that maybe this person will stay forever. But life doesn't always work like that. With time, I start to understand one thing. Maybe not every person comes into our life to stay forever. Maybe some people come into our life to teach us something. Maybe they come to give us some kind of experience. And of course, when I say this, I don't mean that people are not important. I don't mean that friendship or relationship do not matter. But not every person is meant to stay in our life forever. Some people teach us how to trust. Some teach us to be more careful. Some show us what love, support, warmth feel like. And some show us what pain, distance, or disrespect look like. So we learn what we should never accept again. And honestly, sometimes people who don't stay in our life teach us more than people who stay in our life. I think this is important to understand because many of us think that if person left, then everything was for nothing. If the friendship and if a relationship and if some communication and then maybe it was all a mistake. But I don't think that is true. If after that person you become more stronger, more careful, if you learned something, understood something, or changed something in yourself, then that person was in your life for a reason. Sometimes we think something is valuable only if it stays forever. But even a short part of your life can be important if it changed you. At the same time, I think a lot about attachment because very often it's not love that hurts us the most. It is attachment. It is when our mood depends on their message, their attention, or the way they speak to us. It is when one person becomes too important and suddenly our whole emotional state depends on them. If they are close, we feel okay. If they become distant, everything feels wrong. If they act colder, we start overthinking. If they don't choose us, we start thinking that something wrong with us. But the truth is, when you become too attached to someone, you slowly stop being your own support. And I think that is a moment we need to notice. The moment when you aren't just loving someone or caring about someone, but losing yourself in them. When you feel empty without them, not only because you miss them, but because you forgot how to feel whole on your own. And that is dangerous. Because love is not supposed to lose yourself. Real love, real friendship shouldn't destroy your connection with yourself. You should still be you. You should still have your own thoughts, your own value. The only person who will be with you your whole life is you. And I tell it again. The only person who will be with you your whole life is you. Because people can come and go. Life changes. Feelings change. Prioritize change. Sometimes even very close people cannot stay in our life in the way we wanted. And yeah, it hurts. But through all of it, one person is always with you. You're with yourself through every hard moment, every loss, every small win, every new beginning, every fear. That is why I think it's so important to build relationships with yourself, to learn how not to leave yourself, to learn how not to put yourself on the second place. Because only when you become your own support, you start looking at people differently. You still love. You still care. You still let people be close to you. You stop feeling like your life will end when someone leaving. Being less attached doesn't mean being heartless. It also doesn't mean pushing everyone away. It doesn't mean you should be afraid of feelings. Healthy closeness is when you are already a whole person and someone adds something beautiful to your life. And if one day they leave, yeah, it hurts. Of course it hurts. You feel pain, but you don't lose yourself. You miss them. but you still have yourself. And when I think about the idea that every person comes into our life for some kind of experience, I don't see something negative in it. Not everything has to stay forever to be real. I think sometimes we need to stop asking, why did this person leave? And start asking, what did this experience teach me? What did I understand because of this? How did this change me? Because when we only focus on the loss, but when we try to understand the lesson, we slowly get our power back. When we are too afraid to lose someone, we accept things that hurt us. We choose pain just because we are scared to be alone. So yeah, love people, care about people, be open, be honest, but don't forget yourself while doing it. And that's all. Thank you for watching. I hope this video was interesting and useful for you. Bye!